Hey everyone, this is Anthony again. This is Sunday, October the 4th. I made a previous video for about 11 minutes and it kind of went poof, like a Houdini, went up in the air and never found again. But just giving you an update on what I've got done so far. Made a lot of progress today, since yesterday too. The dent on the fender, as you've seen in the video, it's been completely done now. It's completely finished. That fender's ready to go. The other fender over there, it's ready to go. I'll just kind of show you the door here. The door's finished. It's been all blocked out. It's just as plain as glass, smooth as glass. So we'll go over here to the other door. I did find an imperfection on this door I didn't see. Right up the edge here. This edge had a little rough spot on it. So I put a little spot putty in it. I don't like spot putty. I don't like to use it. I'm not fond of it. I don't care for it. I don't think that its ability to stay is long lasting. But sometimes you have got to use it or need to use it because Bondo, small type of finishing putty, it's just too much. It's too much by the time you just form the door trying to get it to finish out. Just causes a lot more problems. So at times you have to use it. I don't care for it, but that's the way it is. You got to take the good with the bad. So as you can tell, we do now have the cab dry guide coated. It's ready to go. And you may ask me, why did you put it on so thick, Anthony? Well, I'm going to tell you. I found a long time ago, years ago, that if you put your guide coat, and people back in the day used to use paint, and some people still do. I don't. I think it's a waste of time. The paint you use usually gums up the paper, and just why? The question would be, why would you want to? This thing of guide coat right here was like 15 bucks. I mean, that thing of guide coat would do probably 5 or 6 vehicles. So my question would be, why? The guide coat don't wash off. It don't go anywhere. It does the purpose a lot better than the paint. But anyway, there again, it's a person's preference of what they are comfortable about using. So the reason why I put it on thick, as you can tell, it's pretty dark right here, is one thing. When you're sanding on it, and you're sanding on it, okay, as you can see, hope it don't make you seasick, but as you sand on it, you go to wipe it off, the leftover guide coat goes back deeper into what's left. Okay? The guide coat that's left goes deeper into the primer that's there. Okay? So as you sand back and forth, the leftover guide coat, as you swipe it, will go deep into anything that's left. It'll show up better for a better preference. It'll show up better. It'll show the imperfections better. So that's the reason why I put it on thick. So as you can tell, it's ready to go. The inside is ready to go. These door frames, I will not be final sanding them to mirror finish. Because one, it would take another day to do the door frames and the firewall to glass finish. Some people may want to argue that fact, but to do it right, it would take another day. And I rightfully don't have another day. It's not going to hurt, nor it's not going to hurt the truck. It's not going to imperfect it in any way. It just creates a position that might cause some orange peel. Other than that, paint's going to stick just as well. Paint's going to look just as good. Just may have a little orange peel in it. So that's my standpoint on it. Y'all will probably disagree. There'll be a lot of, if it gets to YouTube, there'll be a lot of disagreements, but as the old people say, that's what I've decided. And if you want anything any different, then you come on down and buy it, and you do it the way you want. Because it's kind of mine, and that's kind of the way I'm going to do it. So, if I have 2 brothers and 3 nephews, and if one of them would stop in or stop by, then I would give them a piece of paper and let them final sand it. But they have a life. They're out doing other things, and I understand that. And that's what it is. It is what it is. So I plan on sanding the cab tomorrow. It's nearly 3, about 3:15, 3:30, so I'm not going to have enough time to sand it today. By the time I put everything up. One thing about the tin is I don't have enough room. When you carry it out, you have to carry it back in. So I am grateful to have it. It doesn't leak. Covers the vehicle really nice. I get to use it. It does the job. And gets me by. So that's about it for today, I guess. We're going to try and send all this off tomorrow, and we're going to tape up the cab on the outside edge here, outside edge. That way we're going to spray the inside the cab tomorrow or the next day, and then we're going to turn around and we're going to spray the outside of the cab and cut in the inside of the doors, and that way we can go ahead and push the truck out. And I say push it out, it will run, but it has no weight in the back, and when you go to back up, it just spins and spins. So I'll take a 4-wheeler and I'll pull it out, and I can get a run enough shot on flat ground to run it kind of uphill back into the tent. So that's the reason why I say I'll push it out, in case anybody asks. So we'll push it out, and we'll make the final, I call it the final sand, because I won't be able to see everything in here. It does have light, but it's not perfect light. So I'll do the rest of the sanding outside. I'll wash it. I'll bring it in. I will final tape it, and hopefully Tuesday morning I'll paint the inside, cut the door frame in, and may or may not cut the doors and the hood in. I may wait till I do the cab, but then I'll paint the cab on Wednesday, and then wait until Thursday and pull the truck outside. When we get the truck outside, then I will be able to put the doors back on, put the glass back in it, weather strippings back on the door. I will get it to the point that I can shut it, and then I will pull the truck back in, and pull it back in here, and when that happens, this will be removed, the wiring harness will be taken out, and so will the engine. And at that time, I will break the engine down, which I have a video of that. I'll break the engine down. I will order the parts, and then on hopefully Friday, I will start putting the 2003 Mustang engine back together. hopefully I'll get it together on Saturday. Start back in with it and at least get it in the car. Get the transmission mounts bolted up to it and support. Get it mounted back to the chassis on Sunday. And then Monday we'll go back to work on the 03 Mustang and try and button it up as much as we can. When the parts for the Ford here comes in, it's a 351 modified. I do have a crane cam in it and a few other things, but nothing massive. But when parts comes in for it, I will abandon the Mustang and then put the engine for the Ford back together. Y'all gonna say why? I'm gonna tell you, because the truck means everything to me and the Mustang is just a seller. It's just the bottom line. It's just a seller, it's just a Mustang. It's not got any value to me other than the fact I might be able to turn the dollar. So my idea is to get the engine back in this truck as quick as possible and get the truck back together as much as possible before winter. So my goal is to put a shed on the outside of this building right here, on the outside, on the other side, a lean-to shed that will rise up above about halfway to the roof of the shed, and about halfway to the roof of the shed. And that'll give me enough room to put the truck underneath it. That way this bed can come into this tent and I can work on that bed in time given. I have heaters in the shed that I can use that will bring the temperature up in the tent. I don't care how cold it is outside. It'll bring the temperature up to the tent to at least 70 degrees. But with the bed on one end, on the back end, and the heater on the front end, with a fan blowing the heat that way, then it will heat the cab, not the cab, but it'll heat the bed up hot enough, to keep the temperature hot enough, that I can continue to work on all this rust. So that's my plan. So I really don't want, I really don't want the truck in the tent during the winter, because ever so often in this state, and I say ever so often, every 10 years, once you're rolling up on that 10-year mark, every 10 years or so, we get a bad winter. We get inches and inches of ice. Not snow, but ice, and the ice is heavy. This tent could not support inches and inches of ice. It would come down, and it would come down right on top of the truck. So this truck has to be in that shed on the other side of this building by the end of October or the 1st of November. So that's the plan. I'm gonna jump off here. I'm just kind of rambling, but that's the plan that we have, plan that we're going to use. And I thank you for stopping by today. Hit that notification button, ring that bell, leave a like, leave a comment. If you have to leave a negative comment, please do so. Can't please everybody. Everybody don't have the same ideas as others, but that's okay. I can get along with that. So if you have to leave a negative comment, please do so. But all I ask is to leave a positive comment last. Do not leave another individual in a negative place like you are. So all I ask for you to say is have a nice day. Hope your rest of the day is going to be great. Thank you. Thank you for a great day. Anything positive. Don't leave anybody else negative. I thank you, and I hope you stayed this long, and we'll see you next time.